Thank you, everyone, and welcome to the Mayor's Corner. We have some special guests with us from our water department, and we will have them introduce themselves to you and welcome Mrs. Maricela and Mr. Caesar. So,
thank you for having us today with you.
Thank you.
I'm Maricela Perez. I've lived in the city of Alice over 40 years. I've worked for the city of Alice 22 years, and currently I'm the supervisor of the utility billing department.
Hi, my name is Cesar Martinez. I work for the City of Alice, my adopted home. I am the current meter reading supervisor. I've been here for the past 16 years, and I've got 4 other employees under me, and we read and maintain your meter readings daily every month.
great. And just a little bit, we'll go through some of the department processes, some of the things that have been improved upon to streamline some of the customer service, and also improvement on meter reading and what we've done. So if you can just kind of bring us up to speed and let us know what we're doing for our customers and for the citizens of Alice.
Okay. Well, currently we have several ways that customers can come in and make their payments with the City of Alice. And, well, first of all, too, I would like to say have happy holidays for the upcoming holiday that's coming up. I would like to wish everyone a happy holiday and stay safe. We have several different ways that customers can come into the office to either start up accounts, to finalize accounts, to ask for additional garbage containers, especially during the holiday time right now.
Yes.
The customers might be requesting, we're going to have a lot of presents, especially when they have a lot of gifts and a lot of family over, and they might need the more room for garbage. So, for example, they might come in and they can either come in person, they can request it online, they can fax us the request, and we can do their work order and send it out to the proper departments.
So this is something they can order temporarily?
It can be temporarily. It can be temporarily. It'll affect them though maybe 2 months down the road, because the way that we bill up to a certain date, and then maybe it'll be captured in between a billing. So they might see it two months down the road on their billing, but they can do something like that. We don't have everybody asking for that at one time, but we have had those kind of services to be requested, especially during the holiday time.
Okay.
And so right now, a customer can come in person, they can mail in their payment, they can go online, they can come to our drop box, they can go over the phone as well to make their payment. They just need their account number, whichever way they would choose. If they drop it up to us, we prefer if they could just write down the memo, because some people pay on other people's accounts. And if we're looking at their check and we have no other place to do it,
reference.
So we'll apply it to whatever information we have received.
So if you mail in a payment, make sure to put what account you're paying.
What account you're paying on, because
Okay.
sometimes they pay for other family members and things like that.
And that's interesting, because I think out of convenience nowadays, instead of someone wanting to come into the building, make that payment, now we've offered online payment services. So is that easy to access? Where can they access that information?
It is. They can go to the City of Alice website, and we have it available right now. I don't know if we can show them on the screen. Okay, this is our City of Alice website at the moment, and it's just got revamped. So it just went live maybe a week and a half ago.
I have to get used to this to navigate through it, because now it's different.
So I don't know if they can see the cursor moving, but if you can see the cursor, you would just go to online bill pay right here on the home screen, and they would go in, and then they would pick utility bill pay and go into that location. And once they go here, they could do a quick pay, where it's a one-time kind of thing, or they can log in. And
so they can create it.
They can create it with their email and their password, and once they're in there, they would just set it up with their account number and decide how much to pay towards that bill. It will ask you, and then you just complete it, and it will give them a confirmation number, and we ask if just so then they can have it, maybe do a screenshot of it, just to have it, things like that.
For the record.
If for some reason they do receive an error message, please do not go back in and make a payment right away. Please contact us, and we can look on our side if anything has gone through, because bill pay goes to a separate location that we would have to open up that website to go look at it and make sure it's there, so then they don't have double payment. I have had customers make more than 5 payments one time because they kept on getting away, and we had to go back and void those transactions, and it's kind of difficult if they wait till the next day. It'll prolong when they get their money back into their account.
Okay.
Yeah, so we ask if they can avoid that. But also on new accounts and finals, they can do it online. They can fax us the request. We can send them the application and all the forms that we need for them to get started. So they don't even have to come into the office anymore. We can do everything via email, and it pretty much works. We've been having a lot more customers that way.
So can you let them know, our customers and our citizens, what that website is to get to this homepage?
To get to this homepage is cityofalice.org, and you'll see that it'll bring you back up to the home screen, and you'll see this. Let me bring it back up. It'll bring you back to the home screen. So you'll know that you're at the right location if this is what you're seeing.
So you go to cityofalice.org.
Yes.
And if they search something, they could also search City of Alice, and then it'll bring them to this.
They would have to click on their correct, the link to get it. Yes.
But the best way is cityofalice.org.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And
They go
they're
to online pay.
online bill pay. Yes, and that's where they get started to go in there.
Good. And these are some of the services that they've been working on to streamline and help better provide customer service to our community. So
Yes.
we appreciate that. Anything
you.
else that's happening in the department or?
Well, because we all are offering the online because of the COVID pandemic and things like that, so then customers don't have to be coming in. We're trying our best to handle it as much as their requests that we can electronically.
They can also call in and make a payment over the phone, correct?
They can call in. The number is 361-668-7226 and choose option number 1. An electronic operator will come on because we do not do it with a live operator anymore. It's all electronic. And you go in there with your account number, and it'll ask you for the first digits of your street address. It'll ask to see if you're at the right location. It'll say which street name it is. And again, you can choose how much you want to pay towards your bill. And at the end, it will ask you if you want to save your information. So a lot of customers don't catch that part because we have a lot of
okay.
customers that say, I couldn't understand what they were saying at the end. Well, towards the end of that conversation, it will ask you if you want to save your information. So then next time you go into that way of paying, it'll be a lot quicker for you. Or if you don't, that's fine. You don't have to save your information there. It doesn't store it. It's only the one time that you make the payment. And at the end, it will give you a confirmation number, just like it does online.
Oh, good. So we have online and we have over the phone.
Over the phone.
Payment
And we still
methods.
have the mail and Dropbox. On due dates, though, I do want to reiterate, on due dates, when they come into the drive-through, you're making your payment either on the 5th or the 20th. If it's after 5 o'clock and we only look at the Dropbox in the morning, it will be considered late.
Oh.
So it's better if you're going to do that and you want your payment to go on your due date, to leave it at least the day before, so when we open it up in the morning, we work on your payments.
Okay.
Okay, and online they have until a certain time for it to still count on that day.
Okay, great. So I know we're working on new meters, or we have been,
Yes.
and we've been installing new meters to
Yes.
better service, and I think it's digital or.
Yes,
so-
ma'am. And also, along with, because it's everything as far as going more towards online, the billing thing, meters can be read online as well. There's a different website to that, though. It's a customer portal. What we have here are, just to explain the meter, we have an auto shut-off meter, and we have that's an auto shut-off meter.
Okay. They look pretty similar, so what's the difference?
Well, okay, so like I said, that's an auto shut-off meter where all the readings and any information comes directly to the office.
Okay.
We can shut this off at the office. We can read it from the office. So the ones that are still manual read, yes, you will see us going to the ones that are manual read, either pointing at on a drive-by system or manually reading them. These, we will not, if the home is equipped with one of these, we will not be reading it. And then you won't see, if you see us read one and jump a house and read another, it's
Oh,
because
okay.
it's
It already has
Yes,
the
ma'am.
smart meter
Yes,
installed.
ma'am, and
into
this
that.
is being read from the office.
Okay.
This is just the meter. This doesn't have this right here, the valve.
Oh,
So,
I see the difference.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is only reading the meter. It's not an auto shut off, but it does transmit to the office.
Okay.
And this is for this type of meter. This is the antenna for it, and this is a NiCord connector that goes connected to the meter.
So if anyone sees these type of things, don't disconnect those or
Yes,
or
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
manipulate those.
Yes, this, because without that, it would, when it's disconnected, it will send a message to us, whether it was disconnected or something happened at the
Okay.
location.
It'll let
And-
us know in the office.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it sends an alarm. These meters, both meters, retain information for up to 90 days. And so you get all your readings for 90 days back. They also have, you can, on your customer portal, you can set up alarms where if there's a possible leak, it will alert you. Once you go on to your customer portal, you set up your alarms, and you're going to have to input your email, and all this runs
Whatever.
through email. Yes, through the cloud. It's cloud-based.
And what's good with that, like you said, the customer themselves set up their own parameters. So like say they go on vacation or they're not going to be around, and normally they use, for an example, 2,000 gallons every month. They can set it up through their own portal that they have access to once they get the invitation, and he'll go into detail on that in a little bit. Once they get the invitation and set themselves up. If they're on vacation, it'll give them a notification saying if they use more than 2,000 gallons, it'll send them
Give
an
them
alert.
an alert,
Mhm.
and that's good because there's a lot of times where
Yes.
we do have maybe a water heater that has burst or
Yeah,
dust.
exactly.
For
Yes.
example,
And
when we had
floods
the
up.
freeze, and a lot of
Yeah.
people were
We're
not
out of
at their
town.
house.
Yeah.
Now they're perfect.
So
That's
yes,
great.
and to touch more on the alarms, yes, say you are out of town and no one's at home, you don't have anybody going over to check the house or anything, and all of a sudden alarm comes on, it's like wait a minute, how did I use 3,000 gallons of water? How am I using that much water if I'm not even home? You can call us and we can go over there and find out, okay, what's going on. It might be a leak. It might be that somebody is using your water, and we will let the water office know, and then the water office will probably call whoever you ask them to, and to go look over and find out what's going on. And as I was going to say something.
So these are good. These are good tools for troubleshooting for our
Yes.
customers. And now, how many of these do we have that you know of are installed with the smart meters versus just the digital meter? I mean, they're both digital, but I meant like this one alerts.
No, they both alert.
They both alert.
They both
But-
alert.
Okay.
It's just
so-
that this one can be turned off.
Oh,
at-
shut off.
Yes.
Not have
In
to
the
go.
office.
Okay,
Yes.
I got you.
Okay, so the reason for this is to kind of bring down labor cost, because it takes a meter reader to go out
Sure.
to location and turn this off, and then if it's after hours, this can be turned on through an app. It's after hours. It takes if it's set up, it takes an hour after the payment has been received. It would be an hour after that when it would be turned on
I see.
through the app.
So how many do you anticipate currently that we have that are active accounts that have this?
This
type?
right here, well, we're supposed to have 800. Currently, we have about 340, I do believe,
Oh, okay.
currently in the system. We still need we still need the difference,
And they might be going up on locations that are difficult for the meter readers to get to.
I
and things
see.
like
Like
that.
Okay.
if it's behind a fence, if
I see,
there's
I
a
got it.
dog in
Okay.
there or something,
Because some locations are like that, and,
They're a lot more
and it gets
difficult to-
overgrown.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, sure.
We, in a little bit too, we would like to show them the website so they can see the
Yes.
website on the screen. I don't know if they can currently see that at the moment or not.
So, and how many more meters have the old meters and how many?
Okay, currently, what we call manual read meters, and that would be a manual read and point and read. Those are 1,100 meters that we still need to install.
replace it?
Yes, we still
Is
need to
that
install.
ongoing right now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It
Okay.
is.
Yes.
That's part of that one grant that the city participated in a couple of years or a few years ago with that. Was it it was a big.
Yes, ma'am. That if you're speaking of the PSI, is that the
This is the performance?
the performance
believe
group?
so,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
that is part of it.
Okay, well, good.
Yes, it's a long time coming, so
Yes.
it's definitely needed.
The city of Alice is trying to be more proactive than reactive. You know, when I started here, I started in where everything was read manually. We had rereads. Of course, your customer, once they got their bill, they were like, "There's no way that I use this much." I would go over there and I'd check, and of course everybody else would check, and it would find out. We'd find out that it had a leak or something. And still, it's hard for them to believe that they had a leak, but and since then, the city of Alice, as far as the metering department, we've come a long way from that to the different little systems we had, and to the point where I finally started, you know what, I need to do something so that we can maybe check these, see if we can actually find the leak. We're not find it, but show the customer that there is a leak, because the meters that we had before didn't have that. So
You couldn't gauge it as well as you
yes,
can
ma'am.
now.
So what we have now is like a little pressure tester. There's a little pressure tester that we can go out, and they still don't believe the meter. We can go out and test their system, and if their household holds pressure, then they don't have a leak. Then there might be something other going on, but we'll check that first.
But the great thing now is that we are changing out those meters. We're starting to have some of these meters that, and now you're going to show us the website where they can go, where they have better control of how their usage is. They can be alerted.
Yes, there's a
So
lot
I think
of factors.
that's a good thing. I think
Yes.
as a customer, I'd love to be able to know, well, have an alert to say your consumption has increased.
Right.
It's different from what your trend is. So I think that's a good a good tool.
Yeah, these are they call these ultrasonic flow meters. And I don't know if you can see through here, but basically it's like a pipe. It's a pipe with sensors in it.
Oh, I see.
See?
I mean, I wish y'all could see. Oh, but I could see them.
It's a pipe, and it's got two sensors back and
Okay.
forth. The older, these calculate every single drop. That if you have low pressure, it's going to calculate.
So we want to show them the website,
Okay.
and they'll be able to get onto this website when they give us their email address, and we have the either meter readers or ourselves, the CSRs, on our site. Send them an invitation, and they can go onto the website. They do all their.
So you say invitation is when they log on and sign
Yes.
up for it, they'll get an email alert or something, say, now you can register, and
Yes.
and then they go in and set their own
Yes.
parameters, whatever those
Yes.
alerts or whatever they wish. Okay.
And this is the website right here. It's set.
Yeah, and SET stands for Smart Earth Technologies. I don't know if you can see that.
How do they get to this website?
Well, when they
We-
give us their email address,
We send,
then we'll send
my
them a
department.
welcome.
Yes, we'll send them two emails, a welcome email and then instructions to
So
get
they
to that
email you
point.
directly, or how do they?
They can email the utility billing
Okay,
department at
utility
ub@cityofalice.org. And then ub@cityofalice.org. And that would go to all the CSRs in the department.
Okay.
Or they'd be able to directly send an email out to the meter readers. I would recommend sending it out to us at utility billing, which it comes to all the CSRs in the department.
Sure.
So that we can send the notification to the meter readers. Because they're in the morning, for sure, they're out in the field. So they're not going to be on their computer looking up information
So
like that.
Our customers go to that or that email and type it in,
Yes.
it alerts you, or they email you, you'll see their email address,
Yes.
and then all they say is a little blurb of,
That
I
they would
wish
like
to
to-
participate into this program,
Yes. So
or
then
sign up for
for
SET.
They-
Okay, SET.
SET.
yes.
They can also do it when they're paying their bill. So
Oh,
you know what?
okay.
I also here's my email. If you
Oh, okay.
if you just let the metering department know that I want to be included in the set notifications, so I can
Okay.
get on.
So
And
an
I've-
email to UB department,
Yes.
utility billing
Yes.
department, and then just a little email saying, I want to be set up with SET.
With
And you'll
SET.
know what they're talking
And we'll
about.
know what they're talking about, or like you said, they can come up to the front counter or the drive-through and they can request it. We'll make a little note. We'll let the meter readers know. We'll send them an invitation, and then they'd be able
Okay,
to
so
go in.
Now we're at the website after all that.
Yes, ma'am. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the next slide,
Uh-huh.
and Caesar can explain.
Okay,
what's on
so here, I can't read it, but here we have the total meters that are on this is what it's in the system. And then we have the total invalid reads, and invalid reads means something has happened to that to the endpoint. Either it was disconnected, it was cut, something. And so we have to go manually read that meter.
So say if a customer would go out there and lift the lid, it's
And it-
possible that it's gonna disconnect.
Yeah, because it's a short, it's short,
Or it could be damaged in some kind of way, and
if
we're gonna
they-
get an alert.
Or a plumber not
Plumber as
knowing.
well.
Plumber pulls it out and goes, oh, I just pulled something out, not knowing what it
Yeah.
was. And so, and they don't, when they.
You'll have that message.
Yeah, well, when they finish doing their work, they don't know that they're supposed to put it back on, and then they don't know how, because there's a certain way
Yes.
to install these.
With the prongs.
Yes, and and it's not installed, of course, it'll give us an invalid read. And the valid reads lets us know, okay, there's, let's say,
So-
right, there's 300 valid reads, that's how many readings.
Is this what you're gonna be seeing, or this is the customer
No,
seeing?
this is what we see, this is our
Oh,
dashboard.
This is your dashboard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
The customer, though, once they're in here, you see that on the top right there, there's a lot of little sheets underneath the customer account number, their name. It gives you the meter information, and right underneath that, you'll see little sheets there. And the sheets,
This explains flow, okay, this gives you
Temperature.
flow data, temperature, and ambient temperature and consumption. And this is by hour, or you can do it by hour or by day, however you want to set it up.
Where would they go where it says alarms, or where would they go to set
There-
up
on the
parameters?
Oh, okay. Well, that's on their
on their homepage, it's going to be asking them questions, what they want.
okay.
And then this will be their dashboard that they actually see.
This is someone that's already completed what they would like to
Yes.
have. Okay.
Mhm. And then this is what they'll be seeing. So
I
let's
see.
Let's see. Do you have anything before I
Now-
go to the next slide?
If they do have questions, if they have problems registering or setting up
can always
parameters?
call us.
Okay.
Yes.
We had a customer last week that was having trouble, and so they changed their email address on where they wanted to go, or they might have forgotten their password or whatever. So all I did was I went back in and sent them a new invite, and they just had to get back in
Okay.
and do it all over with their new
But
email.
you're there, that y'all could guide them through that
Yes,
if they do
I
have a
have,
trouble.
I have one meter reader who is data entry. He's usually in the office, and he knows this system back and forth.
Where would they call? Would they call utility billing or where?
Utility billing at the 668-7226 number.
Seven-
And 7226. And they would choose option number 3 to get a live operator.
Okay, so 668-7226,
Option number 3.
option 3. Okay,
So let's go to the next slide.
sorry.
It's
Just-
okay. And this one is coming up with the reading.
Yes, this is the how many times a day the meter wakes up. We call it wake up. But this is coming in every hour, basically on the hour. I think someone changed it at some point to read at 8:14. What is it? It's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then up there they did it like maybe 30 minutes later, somewhere in there. It's
So it
11,
gives
14,
you the
11,
time.
15.
It gives you
Yes.
the time and it gives you the reading when the system communicates with the tower and things like that.
Oh, okay.
So at those hours, that's when your reading was, like he said, woken up. So it captures that reading at that time
And
frame.
it sends us, so today's readings will come to us tomorrow. You know,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's not a live,
I see,
but
not
Right.
yes, like if
But
there
the
was
previous day.
if something happened to that meter, if it was run over, it'll to say like leak error, and it'll report tomorrow. You know, but of course, the customer will probably say, somebody ran over my meter. We'll go out there. Well, sure enough, we're going to get this tomorrow.
We'll get the notification tomorrow.
And it'll tell us what time. Because sometimes a customer will come in, 12 o'clock, that meter was run over at in the morning at 10. Maybe they ran over it and they didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, so somebody ran over my, well, it was run over at 10. He goes, but I didn't get here till 12. So and I used all that water. What happened? You know.
So, going back to the alerts and the alarms, if the customer has signed up for this and they're on vacation, they have a leak, they're not gonna find out right there and then, or?
No, ma'am. It's a day.
It's a
day later.
delay.
Yeah, it's
so
a delay.
there's still a possibility of an issue that could, okay.
But at least it gives us a timestamp. If you see the timestamp,
It would still know the time.
it gives a timestamp, and it gives us the gallons that was used within that hour or the day, however we set it up. There doesn't show us there's a part where we can configure it, and we can put whether the hour, the day, or the month. You know.
And let's go to the next slide. Okay.
This is a consumption report that would be, if you need a consumption report of all the meters in the city, you would run this report to give a consumption report to whoever would need it, whether it's the mayor or the city manager.
Okay. And this consumer report.
So this is the consumer portal?
Yes, this is consumer. This is
Okay.
my water usage, and you have, okay, of course, the name, and then I can't see, it says, oh, there's a usage alerts. That's where you would put your alerts, right there.
Okay.
And of
And
course,
that's where you would be able to edit from?
yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it has of course, your graph that kind of shows you, okay, I'm on this
Your
day, I'm
usage.
using so much, and I don't know if it's by day. Again, you can set it up however you want, by day, by hour, by month. I'm not sure. I can't really see it.
Well,
Usage, there's a usage alert history down there where you can say it's a critical flow, and it has like I guess on this particular one they used a whole bunch of water.
and for anyone watching, we didn't bring our glasses.
Sorry.
we're trying.
We're trying to see the screen. Let's see.
Roger's kind of guiding us there a little.
So that's what they would be seeing, and it is
Okay.
useful, especially when they are going on vacation or even when they're at work. Even at work, saying everybody's at school
Yeah.
and both parents are out working, there's nobody at home. It is good to have this notification and be set up on your
Right.
device, so then you can look and you can
Okay.
view the flow. We weren't able to have the little click on each of the sheets that were there, but each sheet does something different. So the alarm, like you said, it might say continuous flow, especially to capture a leak. It would show continuous flow when that started. It would show that information there. So it's really good. Then it shows our reading screen, and then it can go and show the graph, and you can set up the graph to do it by hour. You can do it by flow. You can do, there's different little things on that one graph. It's not just the spaghetti graph that was there. It's not just the one thing. It shows you several different things, and you can just click on each thing that you want to choose.
Oh, good.
And it would show you the information.
The time of check-in, the days, that is supposed to be changing, that we were told by SetFlow. Hopefully by December, they're supposed to change it so it will be almost close to live. Not exactly live, but almost close to live, where they're gonna wake it up maybe 3 times a day instead of just once, because right now it's just one time.
I see.
So
Yeah,
So
I
it's
think
constantly changing.
that would be
Yeah, so
a good,
it's
I mean,
it's evolving. It's
Good.
evolving. So and with electronics, the more they do it to it, the more
They
evolution.
enhance it.
Yes, exactly.
okay. I think that's important because that's a very good tool for a customer, especially when you have a leak or something. If it's closer to live versus 24 hours. Yes. So hopefully we'll get that service out to the
Yeah,
customer soon. So.
and anytime someone has a question on their consumption or if they feel they have a leak, or I didn't use that much water, there's no way. All you gotta do is call up. We'll be glad to go out there, help them. There's no need to get angry. You know, we'll be more than glad to go out there and help them figure it out. You know,
Good.
that's why I've purchased what I have. You know.
There's also, I know some things that as far as our customers, the residents, the citizens out there, I know sometimes, and some people don't know about the easement back there, you know, to keep that area clean and
Yes.
mowed. A lot of times, and I'm going to tell you, I was at fault to that because I
Yes.
didn't know. I honestly did not know. That's crazy, but I
Yes.
did it until someone said, you know, your back alley there, and I was like, that's not my yard.
Yeah.
So forgive me. I know it can happen.
And
It can
to,
happen.
to touch on that,
Yes.
if they do and when they do mow that back, sometimes the meter is located in the back.
Yes.
Take care not to mow over this.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
we've had so far so many that have run over it. They're not doing it intentionally.
Right.
It's
No.
an accident, and they whoop,
Yes.
and so
They don't
it
realize that it's
stops.
there.
Yes, it does. It does. The meter will will keep 90 days, but we won't find out till the next day, and we're like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
We'll have to go out there. And,
So it's damaged, so
Yeah.
it won't be useful anymore. We won't be able to do that. The same thing also when they're back there, especially like in the alley area, sometimes in the front, but only when the meter is so close to the front area. What I'm getting at is people put their shrubs on there.
shrubs, yes.
And their
the brush,
brush and things
Oh,
like
I
that.
see.
Yes.
And sanitation, when they go through there, they might not know that the
And they
meter,
grab.
especially because they're new and things like that, they might not know where it's located, especially if there's a big pile. So when they come with the truck, that might get damaged as well. So please don't cover the meter with anything, you know. Let the meter be
Yes.
clear so then it's easy for us to get your reading, because you want to have accurate readings on your bill. You want to be billed correctly for the consumption that you're using. You don't want anything to hinder that. So please
Okay.
be aware of that.
Good information. Anything else that you'd like to cover on streamlining or making customer service? I'm going to tell you one thing. I have received very positive feedback. I've had some citizens approach me and say the girls were very helpful, very nice. So I appreciate that, and they appreciate it too. So I know it's good to hear.
Yes,
some
we
good
love
things.
to hear that. We love
So-
to hear, especially when customers are happy.
Yes.
Because without the customers, I mean, they're the reason why we're here.
Right.
So I'm really happy to hear when they're happy. It just makes me
Yes.
happy.
And again, we're here to help. We're here to improve our customer service to our consumers because that's what we're here for. We're here to service you. So, yeah. So I appreciate everything y'all do for our citizens of Alice, and thank you to all of you. And if there is an issue or any kind of problems, they're here to serve, and we'll all be willing and welcoming, and we'll
work
work
together.
through it. It's a stressful time sometimes
Yes.
when there's a bill that's 600. I mean, my
Oh, yes.
goodness, that's stressful. I mean, it would be, you know.
Yes, it is.
It's like, how are you going to pay for it? So we understand. So we're here all to work and help each other out.
You know, we do offer too for disabled and over 65. There is an exemption that they can come sign up for. We can mail them a request. We can fax it. We can email it to them if they would like, and they would just have their paperwork to accompany that form to show that they are receiving disability or that they are over 65. So their ID to prove
Okay.
that. And what that does, it saves them from being charged penalty. They'll still get the late notice, but they won't get penalized on the bill. And penalty does add up. So we do offer that as well to the customers.
Well, good to know. Thank you again for kind of just giving us more information on what's going on within the department and the services we're providing to our consumer. and hope to hear more about our meters improving that customer service to the
Oh, yes,
citizens of
definitely.
Alice. And thank you for your service. Y'all been with us for a while. You've been here, how many years?
22.
22 years.
22 years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much. And
Thank
thank you, because I always see you up and down and everywhere.
All over the place.
Thank you so much.
Sometimes we're all like a chicken without a head.
Well, thank you for having us here.
Yes, thank you. And then I'd like to just briefly recap a little bit. We didn't have the Mayor's Corner last month. We did have a State of the City, so that's why you didn't see one in October. But if you'd like to, we had an event, which was the State of the City that I gave on October 29th. It's on the website. You're welcome to access it. I also want to thank the community. There were so many events in October. Oh my goodness.
There's a lot.
We were out there
Yes.
in the front at City Hall giving out candy for that Halloween bash downtown. Beautiful. If you haven't visited downtown, come visit downtown. There's so many other shops out there that have opened up, and a lot of excitement being created downtown. We have our health park that's being revamped and cleaned up. They're installing right now the crushed granite, and so we're excited about that.
And there's an event this weekend too downtown, right? There's something going on Saturday, I believe, for the shops.
I know that they're working on something for December for a winter wonderland, but I'm not sure.
There's a lot of stuff going
There's a
down
lot.
downtown.
I mean, and I'll tell you, our small businesses, our large big box stores, there's a lot of traffic, a lot of excitement going on in Alice. So come and visit us. Access the State of the City. There's some good information. I want to thank Senator Chuy Hinojosa. He actually came out for the State of the City, was one of our guests there, so I appreciate that. We also had representative of Filemon Vela's office, so thankful. Our county officials, small businesses came out to support that event. So council member P. Chris was there, also with our hospital administration. There were so many people. Thank you so much for showing the support and the love of our city. Also, just want to tell everyone, have a happy and blessed Thanksgiving, and stay safe out there. And thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next month at the next Mayor's Corner. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.